I did it! I managed to turn Sarah back into a human somehow. She's unconscious, but she's definitely alive. Now, turn back toward the Queen Elf. This matter isn't settled yet. I see. You're wielding your sword for monsters and humans to coexist in peace. That's sincere feelings of yours. It certainly reached me. But does your human goddess recognize it? No. No, she does not. Will Ilias ever allow humans and monsters to coexist? She seems to chill out after a bit in Paradox. Well, it seems you yourself already realize that she won't. Even though you know that, you ignore that fact and continue on. I can't respond to her. Instead, I try to change the subject on her. Doesn't this mean you betrayed your monster lord as well? Would she ever allow you to hold a human hostage? Alice would never allow this. I knew it. But it's not as if this made me win the argument. It seems we are both betraying our leaders. But the Monster Lord doesn't understand our pain. That foolish way of pacifism only leads to hardship. I get it. You don't understand anything! Like most people on Twitter. What do you mean I don't understand? You don't know anything about the Monster Lord. You're happy at being a victim, so you can excuse all of your actions and blame others for them. Again, everyone on Twitter needs to read this. You're not even trying to understand either humans or the Monster Lord. You're just using them as an object to hate and blame your problems on. Quiet! Queen Elf pulls out a dagger and holds it up to Sarah's neck. If you continue with your impudence, I'll end this girl's life. Coward! Ah yes, typical Twitter. As soon as they start losing the argument, they break out the death threats. I can't run anywhere else. My only choice is to take back Sebastian. You could just stay here. Enter an agreement with Sebastian, making this island officially yours. Go on now. Try something before going to the death threats. Stop it already. The Monster Lord doesn't want you to do this. If the Monster Lord is unable to understand our pain and sorrow, then they don't deserve to be our leader. As the Queen Elf shouts that out, suddenly the earth shakes beneath us. Again? What is it this time? Isn't Sarah or the Queen Elf? Wait, this feeling of pressure, I know it. Queen of Elves. Should I interpret that as a declaration of rebellion? You... No matter the reason, I won't allow anyone to rebel against the Monster Lord. Well, you did fuck all against Cassandra! Your play's stronger than Cassandra. You could have dealt with her well before now, but no! You did nothing! Cranberry? Can't be. A heavenly knight? Cranberry appeared out of nowhere. The Queen Elf drops her knife and just edges away. Cranberry, why are you here? Just a coincidence, Luca. I did not come here for you. I heard that the Queen Elf and Fairy were meeting together, so I came to take a look. What disgraceful behavior, taking a human female hostage. And now that I've heard your intent to rebel, I can't stay silent any longer. No! I was just... Silence! Prepare yourself! Cranberry takes out her sword and takes a swing at the Queen Elf. Stop! Right before her sword hits the Queen Elf, Sarah jumps in front, protecting her. Cranberry's sword stops mid-swing, inches from Sarah's face. Daughter of the human royal family, why do you protect her? This is the monster who was about to kill you. You're both subjects of the Monster Lord, right? The Monster Lord doesn't want her subordinates killing each other. I think. That's true. This surely would make the Monster Lord depressed. Well, speaking of subjects, the Monster Lord just killed 3 of them, so... and there was Cassandra, so she killed 4 of them recently. I don't think she'd be that depressed about it. It seems I was a little too quick to resort to force. Cranberry calmly puts away her sword and slowly walks right up to the Queen Elf. Queen of the Elves who was saved by a human. Let me make sure of this. Are you planning on rebelling against the Monster Lord? I never had any intentions of treason against her. I was just despairing over her inability to understand our pain. That's all. Understood. Then I acknowledge you weren't planning to commit treason. But I'll say this. The Monster Lord understands your pain well. She just does fuck all about it. And she is working to alleviate that pain. She is overthinking things while at the same time doing absolutely nothing. It's we humans who didn't understand your pain. But we never intended to abuse you. Yeah, it depends on who you ask. If you ask a follower of Ilias, then yes, that was very much the intent. I'm sure my father feels the same way. If you would just sit down and talk with us, I'm sure we can reach a solution. I'll help in any way I can. That's right. Humans make mistakes. But they aren't as stupid as you seem to believe. It is hard to argue that point. Social media has done a number to humanity. If both sides put away their weapons and talk, something can be achieved. But first, you have to be willing to understand humans. I work on getting humans to understand monsters better. Leo fell silent for a while, then sighs. I'm still not agreeing to everything. But if you're all going so far, it may be worth waiting a while longer. And if the Monster Lord really hasn't abandoned us, then we shall believe it will work. Thank you for believing in us. I don't know about the future, but we shall wait for now. Neither fairies nor elves will attack humans. I was saved from death by this human princess. I cannot repay that favor by harming other humans. It looks like she'll stop for now. She still seems to hate humans as a whole, though. But at the very least, she believes in the 2 of us standing in front of her right now. And please watch and wait. We won't disappoint you. Yes, I'll help too. I'm sure the people of Tsubasa will understand too. I will believe and wait for the day when humans accept us and we can live together in Tsubasa. Even when that day comes, I'm pretty sure you'll spend 10 minutes out in the Tsubasa sun and move back to this island. Until that day comes, I shall attempt to understand humans better. The Queen Elf smiles and turns toward Cranberry. Cranberry, I wish to make a report. The rumored Black Alice appeared before both the Queen Fairy and I a short while ago. As fellow human haters, we were invited to her group, but we declined. There was an extremely sinister atmosphere about that one that made us hesitate. I see. So Black Alice appeared before you two. Black Alice? What are they talking about? Some sort of trouble between monsters? After finishing her report, the Queen Elf turns back towards Sarah and me. I troubled the both of you quite a lot. I'd love to meet the two of you again, when humans and monsters are living in peace. After saying that, the Queen Elf vanishes. It looks like the incident is settled for now, but not everything is solved yet. It won't be truly finished until the elves and fairies live together in Tsubasa with the humans. I'm still doubtful that's going to happen. Sheesh, so that settles this matter. But there have been far too many rebels lately. To make matters worse, that strange Black Alice is doing things behind the scenes. Who is this Black Alice you two keep mentioning? As you know, Alphys is taking steps towards achieving peace with humans. But there are many monsters who are unhappy with that stance. There's a rumor going on that one in particular is calling out to the others, gathering allies. That girl seems to be called Black Alice. I don't know what kind of monster she is, but she must be incredibly arrogant. Only the Monster Lord is able to assume the name Alice. So there's a monster doing that? Black Alice. Is she the leader of a group of rebelling against Alice? A band of monsters coming together, hostile to humans. Sounds like the same thing as Ilias Cruz, but for monsters. But still, Black Alice? Where have I heard that name before? Oh, that's right. I forgot to ask you. Thank you. Thank you, Cranberry. You really helped me out there. If Cranberry didn't drop in there, Sarah could have been killed. Huh. I had no intention of helping you. I just couldn't stand to see a monster taking a human hostage. But perhaps I did meddle a little too much. Cranberry, you've changed. Has she, though? Don't know what it is. But she seems far different from when I met her in Iliasburg. Well, when she was there to take over the city, of course she would think she looks different. Now you just casually having a conversation with her. So, yeah, of course you're seeing a completely different side of her. She hasn't changed. You just met her under different circumstances. I changed? I should say the same to you, Luca. Yeah, Luca's the one who's changed. Eh? Me? Before you barely knew anything about the sword, much less the world. But you're different now. Perhaps it's everything you've seen along your journey? Granny stops talking and smiles at me. But most of all, I still wish to cross swords with you. Not as monsters and human, but as fellow warriors. Both giving it everything we have. I'll be waiting in the Monster Lord's castle. Yes, I'll be there soon. Cranberry summoned her magic, about to vanish when... Wait, Cranberry! Sarah jumps forward and grabs hold of Cranberry. What the? In the next instant, the two of them vanish. She's gone. Sarah was probably teleported to the Monster Lord's castle with Cranberry. Well, she's with Cranberry, so I doubt any harm will come for her. Oh, I'm not worried about Sarah. I'm worried about Cranberry's chastity. Which then again, it's already broken by Alma, isn't it? So, she wouldn't let anyone do something horrible to a weak woman. Wait, this isn't good! I came here to rescue her from being kidnapped, didn't I? I can't do anything now. Alone, and with Sarah even further away than before, I head back to Tsubasa Castle. At the same time, on Arato Mountain near Yamatai Village, monsters who hate humans begin to gather together. I squeezed out a man's stuff again today. Wanting to be friends with humans, my sister's such a fool. Humans should only be used to prey on. It's just as you said. Humans are just our toys. They're our toys to play with, indulge in, then break and toss aside when we grow bored with them. Huh? Who are you? I'm Black Alice. I'm the one guiding wonderful monsters like you to the glory of darkness. The group of monsters that live on this mountain that you lead. Will you all become my allies? We'll gather all the humans together, suck on them, feed on them, sate our lusts. It'll be a wonderful party. Doesn't that sound fantastic? But the monster lord won't stay silent if we do that. She won't let us attack humans unless it's in self-defense. She's been doing fuck all about it until now. Why not just go for the win? There's no need to be afraid of Alphys the 16th. My name of Alice is no false marker. As proof, I'll grant you a new power. This power! One of the spirits. Or one of the fake spirits, anyway. Now, come with me to create a new world. One in which we could use humans however we desire. So, our persuasion worked, the monster stopped. The elves and fairies won't attack humans for a while. Unless they are betrayed by humans. Huh. We drove them into a core like that. I'm not convinced! I think it was just natural climate change that did it. Taking hostages is unforgivable. But we'll have to keep that in mind. And Sarah? I do not see her. Where is she? That's... well... what should I respond with? Tell the truth. Actually, after Cranberry helped us, Sarah jumped after her. Telling a bad lie may make everything worse. I decided to just tell him the truth. What? She jumped after her on her own and wasn't kidnapped? Yes, she chased after her of her own free will. I don't want Cranberry to be seen as her kidnapper. For Sarah's sake, too, I have to be careful here. On her own, eh? The king mutters to himself and sits back into his chair. I can't say this surprises me. I've known she's been in the closet for a while. Oh, about that, she's by now. She's what? What'd they do to her on that island? Oh, Lord. Sarah seemed to be obsessed with Cranberry. She probably admired her as a fencer. It looks like he doesn't realize Sarah's obsessed with her as a fellow woman, not as a soldier. She always acted on whatever fleeting thought came into her mind. To think she would chase after a monster. The king sighs with an annoyed face. I've heard that Cranberry is a noble monster who wouldn't harm the weak. You met her before, haven't you? Is that true? Yes. Cranberry won't harm Sarah. I know that for sure. She'll be safe from harm for now. I'm going to the Monster Lord's castle soon. I'll persuade her to come back. Don't bring her back forcefully. Let my daughter do as she pleases. Yeah? I cannot force her to ascend to the position of queen. My daughter's future is hers to decide. Are you sure? I always knew that girl would run away from this castle at some point. Though it's far earlier than I thought and much further away. Hero Luca, do you think of me as a heartless father? Or an irresponsible king? No. I only think that you really care for Sarah. But what about your successor? The next ruler of Tsubasa will be from another royal family. Or maybe I'll just abolish the monarchy and set up some sort of parliamentary system. Or do you wish to be king? Don't joke around like that. Well, turns out, maybe not based on how my theory turns out, but it certainly seems like he has the pedigree for it. So, I mean, hell, even if he doesn't actually have Roman bloodline in him, then, well, I'm sure he does. But anyway. If nothing else, being the grandson of a god should allow him to be a king. Yes. Joke. The king starts to laugh. It looks like his frustration from a moment ago has gone a little bit. Anyway, at least come back and tell me if you meet my daughter. Yes, I will. In the end, I wasn't able to bring Sarah back. The coexistence between the humans, elves, and fairies was able to take a step forward. Though I'm leaving the original issue unsolved for now, I take my leave of the king. It looks like you're done talking with him. Yes. Sarah's still gone too. That reminds me, it's been a while since I've seen Alice. As soon as I landed on Fairy's Island, she vanished. Alice? Did you meet with the Queen Elf? If I had met them, what could I say? You could say something! You need to stop procrastinating. You need to do something. You need to stop doing absolutely nothing. That's all you've been doing is absolutely nothing. If you implement a policy you later have to backtrack, so be it. But do something! At the moment, I can't help them. Alice has an unusually sad expression on her face. I understand the hardship that elves and fairies are going through. But if they take back over the human lands, it'll just start a whole new slew of struggles and pain. There won't truly be a solution until the general relations between humans and monsters shifts. But if I think that, I can't help but allow them to continue to suffer their current hardship. Their current hardship is the desert! That's the issue! Humans in this timeline had little to nothing to do with that. I am certain. I see. You gotta think about this from a variety of viewpoints. For their sake, I have to make my ideal a reality. I'll even lend a hand to you to make it come true. Well, you've had plenty of opportunities here, lady! And you'll have plenty of opportunities going forward. So I ask you again, do something. Alice, you never talked like this before. Of course, I'd love for you to help me more. Or at all. Outside of the few rare occasions involving your mother or the original Monster Lord. Shut up! And there's still the lingering ashes that could ignite into a war here. But I also know that the seeds of mutual understanding were sown at the same time. There's still a lot of obstacles in our way, but Alice and I have to continue our adventure for our ideal.